Well, we've been waiting. We knew it was coming, and I still say that that injury that Wladimir Klitschko had was fugazi, but it is official. April the 29th, 2017, in Wembley Stadium on Sky Sports box office, most likely on Showtime here in the United States. We're going to see Anthony Joshua, IBF heavyweight champion of the world at 18-0 with 18 KOs, who stopped Eric Molina in his last fight, taking on Wladimir Klitschko for the IBF and WBA, the vacant WBA Super World title. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. Now, I will say this. I like Anthony Joshua as a fighter, but in my personal opinion, I'm going to give the fight to Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko, even though he's getting up there in age, what is he, 40 now? Wladimir is, by the time he gets into the ring, he turns 41 on March the 25th. So he's going to be 41 by the time he gets into the ring with Anthony Joshua. But he will also be out of the ring for 16 months, which is, from my understanding, the longest layoff of his career. So I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I will be providing, we FightView360.com will be providing full coverage for that fight. And it may be a very, very big week 2 weeks for boxing, if the rumors are true that Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 is going to happen on, I believe it's May the 5th, and then this following weekend, it's going to be, the weekend prior is going to be Joshua versus Klitschko. I'm going to Wembley. I'm going to Wembley. I can't believe I'm going to Wembley. It's going to be a very expensive trip, but it's time. I said I would take a couple of trips overseas in 2017, and 2015 was the worst year of my life. I couldn't do any traveling, and after all, as you probably know, my channel was suffering because I wasn't putting out videos enough. But we're back. The question is now, with the heavyweight division being so deep, I'm talking about the heavyweight division is deep. When you look at Anthony Joshua, IBF champion, when you look at Luis Ortiz, who will likely be fighting Shannon Briggs or Alexander Usanov, or Briggs versus Usanov, whoever. When you look at WBC champion Deontay Wilder, remember, Anthony Joshua is signed to Showtime. The main reason he's signed to Showtime is one of the reasons is to fight Deontay Wilder. They were supposed to fight in July of 2017, around that time, or summer of 2017, but Deontay Wilder got injured during the Chris Arreola fight, hurt his hand, and it messed up things a little bit. So when Deontay Wilder returns, he's got to fight Alexander Povetkin. Of course, Alexander Povetkin got to beat Romain Stiverne. Right now, if you don't know, it's December the 10th, 2016. So therefore, those fights, and I'm talking about haven't happened yet in the future. You got fighters like Kubrat Pulev, who will be most likely the IBF mandatory, even though he turned the fight down the first time because of money. But with the IBF, they're the most stringent organization. So after the Klitschko fight, if he wins, either Klitschko or Anthony Joshua is going to have to fight Kubrat Pulev. Then you got WBO champion Joseph Parker, who is not ready for Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, but still, he's been targeting Anthony Joshua for a couple of years now. You even got Derek Chisora, and Dylan White, who had in one of the best heavyweight fights seen in God knows how long. If those two don't have a rematch, either or, that's a win for both of those fighters because they put on such a good fight. Then you have, who else? You have Johan Duhaupas, who's taking on Carlos Takam. Those are, but still, they're out there. You got David Haye, who's taking on Tony Bellew in March before this fight. So, of course, the winner of that is going to have their eyes on the winner of Joshua versus Klitschko. And Tony Bellew is saying that if he beats him, he's going to be staying. If he beats David Haye, he's going to be staying at the heavyweight division. Then you got Brian Jennings out there. You got Archer Spielka. You even got Andrew Ruiz, even though he lost to Joseph Parker. So the point I'm trying to make is the heavyweight division is deep. You got Gerald Big Baby Miller. Who else am I missing? Gerald Washington, depending on how you look at him still. Robert Helenius, depending on how you look at him. Huey Fury, who is supposed to be fighting for the WBO title, maybe. Then you got the potential return of Tyson Fury. So right now, after this fight between Joshua and Klitschko, you know, it's nothing but big fights out there. The heavyweight division is lit, and that's why Wladimir Klitschko has got to be on his shit, because he's saying he wants to get all his belts back before he retires. You know, plus that WBC, because the WBC belongs to his brother before Deontay Wilder and before Areola and Bermane Stiverne fought for it. And then Deontay Wilder beat Bermane Stiverne for it. So Wladimir Klitschko is saying he wants his belts back basically before, you know, he retires. But if you listen to all the names I just mentioned, the heavyweight division is deep, you know? So that's going to be a tough task for him. And it's looking like a situation where, you know, it's a good thing that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua have to fight. You know, so I'm just hyped for the heavyweight division. But anyway, I'm going to Wembley. I will be updating you on my progression to going to Wembley. I've been planning for about a good 3 months now. I said, you know what? Once Joshua versus Klitschko becomes official, as long as it's happening in April and not March, then, you know, we going. You know, so we're going to be out there for about a week or so. I'm going to do some partying. You know, of course, I'm going out there to work, but, you know, I'm going to motherfucking London. So, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live with FightView360.com. I cover every single major fight live, and, of course, by time the website will be well established by that time. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media right down below in the description box. And before we end, let me play this so you can...
Okay, seems like a good time to bring in promoter Eddie Hearn.
Listen.
What's next?
Well, I think tonight is as good a time as any to announce what's next. And at this time, I'd like to bring in Bernd Bonzi and Wladimir Klitschko to the ring, right now in Manchester.
So, Eddie, Vladimir's here, Anthony's here. What is in the pipeline?
I'd like to officially announce Anthony Joshua against Wladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium on April the 29th, live and exclusive on Sky Box Office for the Unified Heavyweight Championship of the world.
Vladimir, welcome to Manchester. What did you make of Anthony's performance, and how excited are you about the prospect of facing him?
First of all, congratulations to you, champ. AJ, you got it. I was watching AJ fighting in London 2012 when he won gold medal. I never thought to ask you this question. I want to ask you 3 questions. Do you want to see a big fight? Do you want to see a fight where 2 Olympic champions are involved? Do you want to see fight AJ against WK? I don't hear you. You got it. I love you guys. You're awesome.
Anthony, he's here. Apparently the deal was stadium.
Let's listen to the rest of it.
How you feel about that?
What happened to London O2 Arena? The good times. But listen, we move on to a bigger arena. More people can come and view it. I shared the ring with the champ. Very respectful man outside the ring. Very competitive in the ring. And 2 warriors are coming together. This is the step up that people have wanted. Klitschko wants his belts back. May the best man win.
Vladimir, why Anthony Joshua?
He is the best man in the division. And I believe this excitement speaks for itself. So that's what actually fans want. And I think there is no doubt that this fight must happen.
You've boxed in England early in your career, but you're willing to come back to the home of English football, Wembley Stadium, 80,000 people, to take on a man that you've sparred and a man that a lot of people are labelling the next great heavyweight, perhaps after yourself.
Listen, such an amazing fight and big fight has to take an amazing place as Wembley Stadium. It's a great location, and April 29th, I believe, that's the date, so hopefully it's going to remain the same. So we will continue with our promotion, and one more time, congratulations to AJ, well done. clean, clear win, and I'm looking forward to the next fights in April.
A question for both of you. Anthony first, how do you beat Wladimir Klitschko?